Welcome to the Meta Ads Laser Targeting Hack. Now, you already know about the changes that have been going on with Meta Ads in the last couple of months, and many advertisers are losing their shirts over the fact that they cannot reach the ideal audience for their products and services, and they cannot generate high quality leads or get people who buy their stuff. And that's because the Meta Ads changed from laser targeting or narrow interest targeting to what we now call the interest graph, which was introduced by TikTok a few years ago. That's that's all to say that the way Meta now delivers ads has changed significantly, and they would now show their ads based on the content. So it's now more or less a content driven platform. All right. So one of the ways to overcome this is to use your creative, and and I've called that creative targeting. Now, there's another way, which is the one we're going to talk about in this video, which is the laser targeting hack. So, what we are going to do is that we're going to reach a lesser audience with our ads, and we're going to get significantly better results just like before. So, we're going to combine great creatives that we have, but we are going to also show that to a laser targeted audience using some of the strategies that we'll be covering in this course. Now, I want you to understand something. This course is more or less like a guardrail. Think of it as you going down, this path, and there's a guardrail, or you climbing up the stairs, something to put you within the boundaries of what is possible. But in no way should you allow the strategies I'm going to share with you here limit your creativity. You want to be creative in the way you think. Of course, you there's always the opportunity for you to start out with what I'm going to show you, but you want to unleash your creativity, and you want to keep trying more things, in the light of what I'm going to share with you in this video. So here's our agenda for today. I'm going to talk to you about feedback loop. I'm going to talk to you about embracing pixel purity. And then we're going to talk about how you can laser target using groups and, target groups and pages using a tool, right? And I'm also going to show you how you can laser target using an audience building strategy that many people don't know about and many people don't talk about today. So let's get started with the feedback loop. So right now, this is how your ads get delivered. You put out a creative. When I say creative, I mean your ad text, your ad image or video, and your headline. So you put out a creative, and Meta Ads assumes who will be the best fit to see that creative. It's going to do this using a combination of many different things. Things including your ad account history, your pixel history, and the creative itself, like the content of the video. And then it's going to release that video to a small set of people. And based on their responses, it's going to try to understand who best should see your ad. Okay. Now, if you don't have any history in your account, there's what they call the audience suggestions, right? Where you can, suggest to the Meta AI Advantage Plus and say, well, here are the kind of people I think are most likely going to take action. And Meta is going to try to deliver the ads to those people first, right? So if you're not certain about who should be seeing your ads, you want to avoid touching that suggestions in the first place, okay? But if you already know how your ads, works and all that, and you don't have so much history in your ad account or with your pixel, then you want to maybe provide a suggestion, right? But if you don't, either way, you do or you don't, Meta is going to deliver your ads either way, right? So they'll deliver the ads, and then they'll get feedback based off the actions people took when they saw the ad. If it were a reel, did they scroll up? If it were in the feed, if it was an in-feed ad, did they click on it to see more? Right? Did they click the link? Did they buy? Did they become a lead? Did they register? Did they take action? What actions were people taking when they saw the ad? And then they are going to say, okay, this set of people took this kind of actions that we are optimizing for. And so we're going to show the ads to more people, who look like this. And that's, the whole concept of the feedback loops and creative optimization. Now, there are certain metrics that Meta uses to optimize, the delivery. And that's what I've called the feedback loops. So just like the image you see on your screen, a couple of, actions. Okay, he took this, he took this, he took this, he did this, he did this, he did that. And Meta says, okay, so based on that, we know who to show it to more. And they keep showing to those people and get more feedback. And they use that to optimize the whole delivery process. So in the long run, your ad creative should actually, produce better results as time progresses. Okay. And um, Meta also has a system they've called the Advantage Creative, right? Where they try to mix and match different creatives, right? Your image plus this headline plus another ad text. And they kind of try to mix and match and try to do some overlay text on some of your creatives and stuff like that to see how they can enhance, the creative. That also helps to reduce ad fatigue and, expand or, give more longevity to the ad creative itself. But that's not what we're talking about. I just want to introduce you to the metrics that you should be paying attention to. Now, the first one is your ad engagements. What kind of people are engaging with your ads? And you want to make sure that that's your ideal target audience. So you don't want to tell family members to click on your ads. You want to avoid stuff like that. You also want to make sure your ads are having the right click through rates. Anything less than a 1% is a dud. Okay, except the ad is already, bringing sales and conversions at the right KPIs. Next is your bounce rate. So what most people don't know is that when someone clicks on your link and immediately comes back to Facebook, it tells Facebook that this ad and the page were not so relevant to the person. It could have been that the person clicked that link, as a mistake, or they are just not interested in what you're doing and stuff like that, and kind of sends like a negative feedback. And so you want to make sure that your bounce rate is kind of low, okay? And there are strategies to do that. I talk about it in the creative targeting hack course, right? You want to make sure that your bounce rate is low. So a bounce rate is calculated when someone visits the page and doesn't go to any other page, just comes back or just comes right out of that page. That's what we say a bounce is. Meta also checks the purchases, and other relevant KPIs like add to cart, initial checkouts, leads, signups, view content. And what most people don't think about is time spent. How long did the person spend on this page, right? Even if the person didn't add to cart, initiate checkout, they check all these things and use that to optimize how the ads get delivered. So you stand a greater chance of getting the best results with your meta ads if you can create ads and get it shown to the exact audience that you want, because over time they'll get the machine learning will get smarter and deliver your ads to those people who will take action. So here's something else you also need to know about, and that's pixel purity, right? Which is the second point I said we're going to talk about. Now, the most important piece of technology you can have in your online business is your pixel. And many people don't pay attention to that fact. And your pixel, you want to make sure it is pure. You want to make sure that it is learning, because that's the brain of the machine learning system itself. And if that brain is damaged, it won't know who to show your ads to. It won't know the kind of people that are going to take action. And it's just going to mess up everything. So you want to make sure that you don't cross pollinate data sources. Like if you get in um, data from a certain website, you don't want to mix that with a different website. So you want to have just one website sending, you know, information to your pixel, to that per pixel. If you have multiple websites, you can have multiple pixels, especially if they are offering different things. So you can use the same pixel if these different websites are offering similar things across the board, right? But if they're offering different things, then you want to use one pixel. So don't have an e-commerce website using one the same pixel as your info products website, right? If they're targeting different sets of people and selling different kinds of products, okay? Because the moment you do that, you're going to confuse the entire pixel, and that impurity is very hard to cleanse out because you will not need a lot more data from one source to eventually overshadow the information that the machine is going to be getting from the previous data it already gathered. Okay. Now, you also want to eliminate over and under counting. That's a big issue. So if you're, selling maybe on Shopify and your pixel is showing that you've gotten five purchases and you got one, that's a big problem. That's over counting. Or maybe someone buys once and then it counts it as two purchases. That's over counting. And then you also want to avoid under counting. So five people make purchases, but Facebook only gets two. That's going to be a problem in the long run because the three people who purchased and Facebook didn't recognize, right? You're going to say, okay, these three people, we're going to find a way to reduce our ads to these three people because these kinds of three persons, right? Because these three persons didn't take any action. But for these other two, I'm going to show more to those kind of people. So what about those three people? So it's going to create conflicting information for the machine, right? So you want to make sure that to the best of your ability, you get your pixels to be counting accurately. Okay. And if you're having problems with, the pixel counting, you want to try to switch to a tool that counts properly. Tools like Hyros or Pixel Your Site, the Pro version and the Super Pack. You want to make sure you're using things that helps your pixel to track accurately. Make sure you have the server side tracking as well as the browser side so that those on iOS can also get counted, right? So that is all the concept of pixel purity, because the reason I'm taking my time to introduce you to the concepts of feedback loops and the pixel purity before just jumping in to show you how to laser target is to ensure that you understand the concept. Because even if you laser target without the feedback loops and the pixel purity, you are still not going to have very, very significant results. Okay, so let's proceed to talk about the laser targeting strategies. Now, there are two simple ways to laser target your ads and feed the machine with conversion data fast. Now, the first method is using a tool. Now, this tool is going to help you do certain things, right? And then the second method is audience building. You're going to build your own laser targeting audience using some of the strategies I'm going to be showing you as you go through this lesson. Now, how do we do the laser targeting? Now, the laser targeting, we're going to reach out to groups and pages using a specific tool, right? Now, this tool helps us to target groups. So think about it. Facebook doesn't let you target groups, and it also doesn't let you target pages. It allows you to target interests and demographic data, and the likes, right? But for groups and pages, it doesn't let you target people in groups. So for instance, you can say, well, I want to show my ad to this health and fitness group of moms. Facebook's not going to let you do that, right? But with this tool, you're going to be able to target different groups, right? The tool has like a 65% accuracy level, I think. I'm also setting on that data. 65 could be 85 or 45, but um, no, I think it's 55, right? But I'm pretty sure there's a 5 at the end. But to a very large extent, when you pull the URLs of different groups and pages into this tool, it will aggregate a custom audience for you that you can target in your ads and use that to reach out to specific narrow interests. So you have the opportunity to build out your own specific laser audience using this tool. Now, of course, you would not expect such a tool to be free, but it's kind of priced very reasonably for the kind of results that you can get using this tool. Now, let me give you some of the strategies that you can use to um, enhance your result when you use the tool, right? The very first thing you need to know is that you need to be careful and really thoughtful about the kind of groups that you pull into the tool, right? So, for instance, if I were into fitness and I'm trying to promote an app or a fitness program or a fitness course, whatever, I would look out for fitness apps that have large followings, right? And I would use the tool to aggregate the people of that fitness app, especially if it's a paid, app, okay? Or if it's a paid program, because I know these people who follow this page are likely spending money on this. I don't know if you understand, if you get a picture, right? If there's a paid group that people pay to belong to, then I would want to use those groups. I would rank those groups higher than, other sources, and other pages, right? So that's what you're going to do. So you want to look out for, the groups that has most of the people that you're trying to reach, and you want to target them. If it might be wanted to get into the group itself to see the kind of conversations that are going on in there, if it's a private group, for instance, and you want to know what's really happening in that kind of group, and see if the ideology of the people in that group is going to be the right fit for what you're trying to promote. All right, so now with all the talk, let's talk about how we can get started. All right, so here is the tool. It's called Lead and Force. So with Lead and Force, you could just click over and set the pricing. So it starts from $99 and it goes all the way up to the custom pricing, right? And then you can have free trial for 7 days. Now, if you use my code and my referral link, you could get a very nice discount, and you also get the 7 days free trial, so you can see if it works or not before and you can decide to cancel if it's not working for you. But of course, it's going to work. That's why there's a free trial, right? So to get started, you're going to click create account, and you're going to fill in your information. So I'll just pause the video, and I'll get back you know to it. Okay. So you're going to be taken to a page that looks just like this, and you're going to be asked to um, verify your email, and you're going to have to head to your email and do the verification. So you're going to see an email that looks just like this, and its subject lines, please confirm your email address, and then you're going to click on the confirm link, and that will be it. Once you've created your account, you're going to see a page that looks like this. You've created your account and you've confirmed your email. You're going to be taken to a page that looks just like this. So I'll go ahead and close the other two tabs. So we'll be just left with one. So the next thing is that you're going to click on create a new audience, and you are going to select the source type. So we'll say Facebook, and we'll give the source a name. So now we have an audience called Facebook Marketers, and then we can start adding sources. So you click add source, and you need to add your links, right? And let's go ahead and grab some links. So I'm going to look for some groups. I'm also going to look for some pages that I can use. Then I'm going to click on add. So you're going to let the whole thing do its thing, and you let it add and all that, and aggregate the data, you know, and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's found the two groups and then the page that I added. And so it has, the three of them ready. And so um, I could click the start analyzing button. So it's going to analyze the sources and tell me how many users that I can, reach with ads. And just like it says, this process may take several hours, you wait for a notification by email, right? So it's going to notify you by the time it's done, calculating how many people you can reach out to. So you also want to add your ad account because you might be wondering, how am I going to show this my ads to this audience? How am I going to make them a custom audience in my ad account? You do that by clicking integrations here, and you click the add Facebook ad account button. And then you follow the prompt. And of course, you have to grant access. So let's assume this is the account we're adding. You're going to check that account. If you have more, you're going to check all the other accounts that you want to add you want to add audiences to, and then you're going to click add accounts. Perfect. So now we have the ad account here. So just head back to our Facebook audiences. So audiences where we have the Facebook marketers. So it is still analyzing. It's been able to show us that we now have 374 of the 638 users in some of these audiences. Okay. So you keep waiting till you get the notification email. Okay, guys, so we've gotten the golden email that says the source Facebook marketers has been analyzed and is ready to use. So if I head back to our lead for software, I can see that shows complete. So let's look at what's happened inside. Okay, now you can see Facebook ad buyers is a closed group and it has 165,000 members and the coverage is 33%. 33% of people in this group were able to find them. For page likes, I used Frank Kern, and 54% of the people who like the page have been covered. And Facebook ads mastermind group, this one we got just 1%. So that tells you that, of course, it'll be smart to delete this this group link, and target a different group. So now the software, they've said that it works better with open groups than with closed groups. Okay, and mind you, you can only add 10, about think about 10 sources per audience that you create. So when you click on add sources, I think you can add, just 10, right? Maybe 5 per time, but you'll be able to add about, 10 in total for a certain audience. So you want to make sure that you're maximizing the opportunity of, the 10 links or pages or groups that you add. Make sure that they are high quality, laser targeted. And once you've added them, you can now, reach out to these people in your ads. So what's the next thing you have to do? You click on share, right? You can create a new audience in your ad account. You can say um, Facebook marketers lead M4. So you can recognize it. You select the ad account. Remember, you did that while we did the integrations. And then you click accept. And once you've done that, you click save. Great. So now you now have Facebook marketers, LE as a custom audience. So if you head to your ad account and you check your shared audiences page, you'll be able to find it there. So this is the ad account, the same ad account, okay? Among the many different ad accounts, I added just this one, just for this training, so you can see what I'm talking about. So head over to audiences. So you can see it, lo and behold, Facebook Marketers LE is available here, right? And then if you go to your campaigns and you click create, let's say it's a sales campaign. I'm not going to go through all this because, of course, you already know how to do all that. If you don't, there are videos that can help you everywhere in some of my courses and even for free online. Right. So let's just brush straight down. Okay. To where we talk about the audience, right? And so right here, you can switch to original audience options and you click use original and you click here to select the audience you're trying to target. Boom, that's it. So you select the Facebook marketers LE and now you can reach them. You want to ignore the warnings from Facebook, if you've actually, built out your audience and it's big enough with at least 10 different um pages and groups are big enough, right? I'm not sure I did enough. Okay, I didn't check the size of the audience. Of course, so this is going to be difficult to scale with an audience that's small, just having 10 um, sources for each audience. You're not going to be able to scale with that except you have up to 1 million people in the audience. But you're going to be able to feed the machine with data that it needs to optimize your delivery to more people, right? And then you can even target specific locations like this one. It says just United States. I could make it worldwide, right? And say select all, and that will help the audience size to become better, right? But if you're targeting just the UK, US, Australia, and the big five countries, then you can do it as well, right? And then you can set the age and do everything just like before, okay? But because the custom audience, you don't want to tamper with audience advantage digital targeting. Just leave it the way it is. You can set language if that affects you, and that's done. Okay. At the same time, you can revert back, right, to using the Advantage Plus if you want. I'm trying to find the button. They usually shove it down our throat. Okay. So you can use Advantage Custom Audience if you wish, or you can, that's if you have the intention to scale, or you could even use the Advantage Plus, right? And have it, reach out to your custom audience first. Okay, so here's how that will look. I'll just go into add account and click create new. Okay, and so right here where you have the Advantage Plus, you're going to click on suggestions and then you're going to select custom audience and you select the same thing. So Facebook starts the campaign reaching out to these people first, right? And seeing how they respond and using that to build up the data into the machine and reaching many more people using the information they're able to get from the custom audience. Right, so that's how to target groups, pages, laser target your audience using the tool. And to be frank, the results you can get by using this laser targeted audience is phenomenal. I mean, you're going to see significant improvements in terms of your cost per leads, cost per actions. Everything is going to be really, really crazy. I mean, in terms of kind of results you're going to be getting. All right, that's the end of the video talking about using groups and pages. And we'll continue, we'll pick it up in the next video where we'll talk about how to build your own custom audiences without using the tool and also having a significant effect of laser targeting the people that you want to reach in a way that's more scalable and more sustainable. See you in the next video.